of office or within 7 days of assuming office. And this is one that I wanted my panelists to comment on. And this is a report on the Star wrong start as counties set to spend millions for quote-unquote befitting inauguration. Nairobi, Machakos, Trans Nzoia and Homa Bay among those with huge budgets. Some devolved units are seeking as much as 22 million shillings for an event that is expected to run for a maximum of 4 hours. Control of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, confirmed that she has received several requisitions, approved some and rejected others because she says they are unimaginable. Let's take a look at more detail. Many incoming governors are set to start off on the wrong foot after revelations emerged that millions of shillings will be splurged in their swearing-in ceremonies on Thursday in what heralds the continuation of wastage of taxpayers' money in the counties. Some counties intend to spend in excess of 20 million shillings in the events. And it continues to read, the Star has established that while some counties have requested modest cash for the event, others are seeking huge amounts to give their bosses a quote-unquote befitting inauguration. In the requisitions made to the Control of Budget, some devolved units are seeking as much as 22 million shillings for an event that is expected to run for a maximum of 4 hours. They're asking for crazy amounts. They're asking for 17 million shillings, 18 million shillings, 20 million shillings, 22 million shillings. A source at the Office of the Controller of Budget disclosed, for instance, Nairobi, where we are now, is asking for over 20 million shillings. Machakos, Homa Bay and Trans Nzoia are the others asking for crazy amounts, the source added. Okay, I will leave it at that. But there is a county that asked for only 250,000, and that is Kirinyaga. Then there are others that asked for just about 1 million. Those ones we have approved, and that is a quote attributed to the Control of Budget, Margaret Nyakango. I'll start with you, Irene. What do you make of all of this?
It's very disheartening, I must say, because I would think that the new leadership would at least even take time to pretend and tell us, hey, we are going to be a bit more, you know, use your resources well. But how you start already sets the tone to even the other staff and the other cadres that you have. So my fear is that the message we are sending to other county officials is a wrong message, first and foremost. Secondly, the context where then we know that the campaigns we had was people were campaigning along even the issue of unga. So people had nothing to eat. So it really, I would say, is again a wrong message being sent to taxpayers. We are struggling with the things like unga. Some of these counties that are asking for those amounts of money should be able to tell us how much they're bringing as own source revenue. Because remember, the counties seem to be just asking, putting in a requisition and saying we want money. But remember, at the end of the day, a lot of taxes and fees will be taken from the hustlers, so to speak, at county level. So where do this devolved unit think they are getting the money from? I think that is what we must appreciate, that any money requested means it's taxes that were already paid by both corporates and individual at national and county. So if we appreciate that way, then we will know that there really is no place that these resources are coming from. It's a tax or debt, and we know we already have a crisis in these two regards. Our taxes are way high for taxpayers, and the debt levels are also crazy. But it's good to see that it's not across the board. There are people asking for 250,000. There are people asking for 1 million. And I'm happy some of those are women leaders, because then a lot of us, there's that perception that with the lady and women leaders, there's going to be a bit of, the way we budget in our households, you look at it that way, the way you look at county. So I'm a bit impressed with that. But more specifically, I'm happy with the Control of Budget for putting her feet down, and I hope that is going to happen in all the counties, because we have constitutional offices that in terms of devolved units going rogue, you would expect that they weigh in. So I'm happy that it has already been you know, picked up by the media first, to say thanks to the media for bringing this to people's attention. Secondly, to the Control of Budgets. And I think she must be very strict with this and other costs to ensure that what we have seen in the previous devolved units is not what we see. We would want a change. And I don't expect a change so much, because even the governors who have come in, they are really most of them are from the system itself. So we don't expect that we can appeal to just that we are having new people, but I think our appeal should be to the institutions that provide oversight, that is the Controller, Auditor General, but more specifically, it ought to be the taxpayers within those devolved units. Are they raising it themselves? If it's a public event, this is somewhere they should also be able to say, we do not want our 20 or 22 million going to 4 or so hours, as you've said. Give priorities. So I would expect more pushback really from the people that voted in those areas.
Okay.